Hello and welcome to the Fort Walton Beach Business Forum, brought to you by the Greater Fort Walton Beach Chamber of Commerce. I'm Ron Grissom and I'm the chair of the board this year, and I'll be your host. Got three great chamber members with us today: Mark Dutram from First City Bank, Josh Snellgrove from Fort Walton Beach Medical Center, and Marcia Wright Reynolds from Guff Reflection Studios. So we're going to get started with our first segment, our first guest. Mark, welcome to the Business Forum.
I'm honored to be here, Ron. Thanks for having me.
Great to have you. And Mark, you work for First City Bank.
I do.
And you are a financial planner.
Yes, sir.
Which is not your father's banker. You don't really usually think of a bank with a financial planner. So what are the things that you do for your customers and your clients at First City Bank?
That's a great point. I mean, when you look at a bank, particularly First City, that's been around since 1948, the original bank here. A lot of people forget that. You think of traditional banking products. But of course, the walls have come down and everybody does everybody else's business nowadays. I can go to State Farm and take out a car loan, can't I? And open a checking account. It's incredible. But we do everything you would find at a Merrill Lynch, at an A.G. Edwards, at a Raymond James and Edward Jones. So we do full financial planning, estate planning, investments, asset management, insurance planning, and so that's just a great complement to traditional banking, I think. I think they go together.
That's great. I know the First City Bank has been a member of the Fort Walton Beach Chamber for probably since the very beginning in 1947. And Howard McGee was one of our first presidents of the bank.
That's right.
Of the chamber, rather. And John McGee was also one of the presidents of the chamber. And now the third generation, Matthew,
works at the bank as well.
Works at the bank and has just joined the chamber as a new member last month. So we're glad to have the McGee family in our chamber and in our community, do a lot of great things. I know First City Bank does a lot of great things in the community. We are one of the depositors at Guff Power Company with the bank, so we've had a long relationship with the bank. So
yeah, as a matter of fact, I mean, just a few years ago, of course, we're a product of our environment, you know what I mean? And so as the economy went down, most of our clients are developers and, who borrow money, and so as they struggled, we kind of struggled as well. But we were rated the most philanthropic company, actually in 2007, which was, kind of phenomenal. But we do, and there's so many issues that we're involved in, whether past or even maybe reoccurring and coming up again. But Freddie Jones and John and Bob and all those guys are very active and involved in all the issues that we face in our community.
Freddie Jones back at the bank?
Freddie Jones, no, he's actually lives over in Mobile now.
No, he retired.
He did.
Good friend, good member in the community, and to move back to Mobile.
Great guy.
You mentioned developer loans, and are things coming back in the housing industry now?
They are. It's been a long, hard kind of struggle, and still slowly but surely. I mean, interest rates are still fairly low, so it is. It's coming back, not as quickly as we'd like it to, but it is certainly coming back. Right. And when times are tough, that's when people, as we were kind of talking even before the show, when people need help more than ever, when markets are kind of in turmoil, when you have a lot of regulatory changes, tax law changes, people then tend to say, hey, I need some help with those kind of things, particularly as state tax law changes. So we do all of those under the umbrella of First City Bank.
Okay. Yeah. And how long have you been at the bank?
Joined them in 2003, which was surprising. Before that, I don't know if you remember, but they used to have right next to us an A.G. Edwards building.
I remember that.
And so anything prior to that, if somebody needed, again, any investment advice or whatever, they sent them literally across the street, which is kind of crazy. So I came and started a program for them back in, again, 2003. And we've had it up and running ever since.
And if you haven't been at the bank lately, I'm telling you, you need to go down to see it. The atrium, the lobby at First City is beautiful, and y'all did a great job. I know that Mrs. McGee was very instrumental in that.
She was.
So it's really a nice place to go and visit, and we love doing business with First City Bank.
It's a beautiful facility. Maybe kind of bad timing when we built that great structure, but again, it will be here for another 50 years.
We have no control over those things.
We don't.
Well, you're first year on the board.
Yes, sir. Excited.
You were elected last fall.
That's right.
And I had the good sense to ask Mark to be on my executive committee, and you are a segment chair for
membership.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. which I'm excited about. The chamber, I think we are created to serve. It's one of the best ways for us to get involved and do things and make a difference in the place that we live and work and play, as we like to say. And at the same time, you make so many great connections. You meet people that have the same heart that you do, that want to make a difference and do something. So I love that participation. I love that part of my life, and I'm honored. I appreciate you actually asking me to be on the executive committee. And membership is neat. We thought about changing the name to kind of value add.
Right.
So we can bring as much value as we can to all the members, and that includes like ambassadors. We have Nothing But Networking, which you have a couple great ladies that are chairing that committee. We have Networking Plus. So anything that we can do to help people, because the first step when people come into the chamber is what? They say, all right, now I should get new business from this, right?
Right.
No, wrong, right? You got to get involved.
Right.
And so these are great ways to kind of help people take that next step. How do I actually now connect with other people that it would then result in me doing more business with my neighbors?
Okay. You were the chairman of the ambassadors last year and did a great
Yes, sir.
job. As a matter of fact, I think you were named Ambassador of the Year at the annual installation banquet.
I did.
Congratulations on that.
Thank
you. The ambassadors are the people you see in the green coats.
I love it, yeah. They come out, they do your ribbon cuttings, they help you get acclimated into the chamber, they tell you about all the different committees that are there to try to match you up with that. They attend a lot of events with you, First Friday coffees, Nothing But Networkings, if you need kind of a warm introduction. But they attend a lot of events and hopefully help promote what you do and your business and how to make you more successful.
And if you're a new member or if you're opening a new office, we'll come out and have a ribbon cutting, and you get all that, your picture taken and put in the Coastlines magazine. And
there's so many things it does, isn't it? Just great ways of doing that. New member luncheon, we represent them there. So just any way that we can bring some notoriety to it.
All right, and also you talked about Nothing But Networking. That's a luncheon we have once a month. Just come and meet other fellow chamber members. And
exactly right. I mean, there's a kind of an introduction time where you just have time to mix and mingle, great lunch that you have with that, and then we draw people's names where they can come out and actually introduce themselves and give a little bit of a elevator speech, maybe a little bit of a promo about what they do.
All right, we got about a minute left.
Okay.
So what else we need to know about Mark Dutram and his involvement with the chamber? I know you've been...
a couple of, I'm pretty active in the community, and particularly volunteer. I chair the finance committee with my church, Niceville UMC, serve as treasurer on the Okaloosa Coalition on the Homeless, the Fresh Start. So there's just so many good things that are going on in the community to help it be a better place for us to live. And my wife and I just celebrated my 25th wedding anniversary, which was exciting. Just jumped off of a ship, actually, which went down to the Caribbean.
Oh,
so
nice cruise.
That's my suntan that I've got going on.
Got away from all the cold weather.
I did.
I don't blame
Perfect
you.
timing. Perfect
I would
timing.
do the same thing.
Oh, no.
Well, folks, we've been talking with Mark Dutram from First City Bank. He's also a vice chairman for the Greater Fort Walton Beach Chamber of Commerce. Mark, thanks for coming in today. Appreciate it.
I've enjoyed it.
Thanks, sir.
Thanks, Ron.
Folks, when we come back, we'll be talking with Josh Snellgrove from the Fort Walton Beach Medical Center and another great member of the Chamber of Commerce.